if you were if you were the coach or if you were the GM for the 49ers, what would you do, Art? Would you keep him? Or would you keep Jimmy?
I'd
Just get a
see
Super
how.
Bowl out of him.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
I mean, there's a reason you got him from the Patriots all those years ago,
yeah.
because you saw that he could have been
He
a good
took it to the
successor for
Super
Brady.
Bowl. He took it to the Super Bowl. I mean, he did. He did. You can't say he's like, oh, what have you done? Well, I went to the Super Bowl, bro. Did you? Like, you know?
Yeah, he took him to a place they hadn't been in a good while. So there was some flashes of like, this is the guy to take us there to that promised land. So definitely, if I were the GM, I'd say we're all Garoppolo. We'll go Garoppolo, see how he does for like the first 7 games, and then if changes need to be done, so be it. But give him a chance. Give the guy a chance first.
Yeah, no, and I agree. Like I said, it's just I think that they should just keep Jimmy. Get maybe a Super Bowl, maybe not Super Bowl, but close to a Super Bowl. Like, because he doesn't really need to do much. He just needs to, you know, just sling the ball a little bit. Don't turn the ball over. Throw it. 200 yards, maybe one, couple TDs. Just throw. They have a really good defense. They have a really good team, like the 49ers, and they have a really good like situation for them going. Um, like whatever. I don't know. I'm a big fan of younger QBs sitting down.
Yeah,
I just think
learn a little bit.
yeah, I just think it works. Like it just does. Like it's just like anything. I mean, the first year of like regular job, right? The first year of your regular job, you're not gonna be good. You're just not. And if you're really good, you're naturally good at it. You know, Even if you're naturally really good at it, the first year is always gonna be worse than what maybe like your second year. Cause now you're like, all right, cool. Like we went through a full season, I lost or whatever, or I won Super Bowl, whatever. But now I know what it is to like do a whole season, so it's a little different. So we're especially, most especially for a quarterback, cause dude, you're like evading D ends and like I mean these guys are like fast and strong and scary. Like goddamn. Um, but yeah. So I mean, you know what I mean. So I think that the first, but I think that Trevor Lawrence. I don't think that, like I said, I don't think his situation is good. I don't think the Jaguars simply have it down. They just don't. But I think that they do have a lot of things going for them. Where I just don't think they have the receivers. They just don't. I mean, they're just not there. But I still think well, I mean, they had a really good running back. That's that. They have an all right, you know, O line, and it's something I'm sure something Trevor can work with, and they have a pretty good you know D line. So it's not a bad team. It's just not a very good team. They're still like number three, like third in their division, honestly. Um, but dude, I think they can. I think Trevor Lawrence himself. You know how they say like superstars, like stars are stars. They're like, all right, that guy's like better than the average person, right? But superstars, the role of a superstar is specifically, you know what it is, Art?
No, tell me.
That it is to fill in the gaps that the team has. Like, say, Seattle, you know, uh, Russell, Russell Wilson, right?
Yeah. Uh huh.
They don't have. I mean, Seattle doesn't really have a good receiving core. Now they're getting a little bit better. They have TK or whatever, and then I don't even know who's on the other end. I don't even know who the third option is either. Their running backs have been a little hurt and stuff like that. Their offensive line has not been good.
Nope.
They're good, dude. They're super strong. They're super dangerous. Why? Because of Russell Wilson. Um, he fills in the gaps. Yeah, exactly. So he fills out the gaps, in between the what the team is missing, which in this case like the receiving core. Obviously now they have a little bit more, but he does the playmaking, so he's the playmaker, and the this and the score and the everything. So where there's teams that like he can do that. Those are superstars, like actual superstars. I got like they have so much playmaking ability. Normally they're either super athletic or just like really good, like Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Brady. Um, but I think that Trevor Lawrence it will be one of those. I don't think he's gonna be good for the first couple of years, like as good as he can later be. Because he's gonna struggle, dude, and I think he might get hurt. But I think that the if the Jaguars are smart, they need to draft good receivers or get a good free agent, just like get a good number two or number one guy, just a good number one or a muscle like two muscle manos guys, dude. Like the Cardinals, dude, they have AJ Green, they have DeAndre Hopkins, and they have Larry Fitzgerald. That's a damn good receiving
Oh
core.
no.
Like, god damn. Like they were just talking about it. I was like, wait, really? He's AJ Green? Y lo, okay, Larry might come back. Larry, oh wait,
Larry's on
DeAndre
the
Hopkins.
fence.
DeAndre Hopkins is there too. I'm like, god damn, dude, that's a good receiving core. So like, you know what I mean? Like the Jaguars, I think I mean, obviously, the quarterback is obviously extremely reliant on the receiver because he's the one he throws a ball to. My bad. He's the one that throws a ball to, right? But I think that if they surround him, obviously, protect them, get him a good O line. But if they make him like give him a good playmaker, not obviously AB, Antonio Brown, but like some Antonio Brown type of thing, you know, what's his face from the Browns, um,
Odell Beckham Jr.
Beckham Jr., OBJ, stuff like that, where like they have like a playmaking type of ability. If Trevor Lawrence were to get some type of receiver like that, um, it'd be really fun to watch, especially because King Henry's there. The Titans are still there, dude. And they have Julio Jones. What up?
Yeah, people forget that was
Yeah.
a big headline last year. They got the Jones guy.
So I mean, the divisions isn't getting easier. I don't know. I don't. I mean, obviously the Texans, Pobrecitos, and then the Colts. I still think the Colts are number two, just because they have a really good roster minus the quarterback. And
Carson Wentz.
yeah, and he might actually supposedly he might actually start. Did you see that?
No, okay. They moved his status to probable.
Yeah,
This is a
but
starter.
it's supposedly, and they're like they wanted to get Nick Foles over the yeah, Nick Foles from the Bears, right? He's with the Bears.
Formerly or currently, maybe.
Dude, I don't even
Damn, the
know,
whole Foles Wentz tandem. These guys can't leave each other alone.
dude. He is Bears. He's with the Bears. He's with the Bears.
He's probably Andy Dalton's backup.
He's Andy Dalton's backup. Or do you don't think they're gonna play Justin Fields this year?
If they start slumping behind Dalton, maybe.
How many games? How many games?
I mean, give Andy Dalton like 4 games. If he
Ooh,
can't
that's
prove it in
good.
4 games,
I can do that. I can see that.
next man up.
Yeah, I think that should be. Oh, Des Bryant. Nah. To did you see that he wants to come back?
Why not? Create like a Los Angeles Lakers of like an old team, the old guys, the
Yeah.
expendables.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like include Ocho Cinco. Yes, dude. You
Jeez.
have to include Ocho Cinco. Dude, my one of my favorite like all time stunts or whatever. I don't know things I've seen on live television. I actually saw it live. Was
Oh,
Chad
okay.
Ochocinco gave a dollar to the ref. You know, he was trying to bribe him or whatever. But that was, dude. I could not stop laughing. That was wow. I can't believe he actually did that. Chad Ochocinco. Um, I don't know, like get him with the Jaguars. I mean, whatever, right? I mean, they got Tebow, right? They gave Tebow a chance. Why not? No, dude, you know who'd be really good, and Seabass is gonna hate me. Robinson, the guy
The guy they got rid of.
they got rid of. Well, they didn't get rid of. They just didn't want to pay him. Yeah, I
Cheap, cheap, cheap,
know.
cheap, 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 cheap.
He went with the Bears, but then he's throwing to him. Andy Dalton. It's the same shit. Like it's like, damn it. Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. Like you said, okay, for 4 games. Crack AV real quick. How much would you give the was it the
Andy
Bears?
Dalton.
Yeah, Andy
Andy
Dalton.
Dalton with the Bears as a starter. How many games to prove himself?
I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna put it on chat. All right, chat. 6 games. Ooh, 6 games. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say 6 games because
Too
that's like,
high.
well, I don't know. It depends, and honestly, it depends how you play those games. Because if you lose them bad, they're gonna be like, dude, start them
Okay.
now. You know.
If it's blowouts, yeah.
After game six time, yeah, I can see that.
Expedite that shit. If it's blowouts.
Let's see. I'm gonna put on chat. How many games do you give rookie QBs?
Oh no.
Brazil.
Rookie.
Andy Dalton before starting Fields. Dude, they're gonna eat up his shirt. How many games did you get onto Dalton before starting Fields? People are saying 6.
Well, I said 4. But if it's a blowout, 3.
And then I put 5. You know, I think 5 just because of the no of week 6 we'll start seeing buys. So be like, all right,
True.
guys, we're gonna try something new since we're on a buy or since our team just went on a buy or is going on a buy or whatever. Um, but we'll see. So, real quick, we'll go ahead and go right into. Oh, any other thoughts, friend Art, on the running? I'm sorry, the rookie running back, rookie QBs.
No, I mean, we'll just have to continue to see how it goes over there with the Niners, who they choose. Um, I mean, he's not a rookie, but he is new to the team. That Teddy Bridgewater, he got the starting job for Denver Broncos.
Oh, that's right.
He was a rookie once.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they
And,
are where.
uh, I don't know who's his backup there in Denver. Uh, I mean, I think Bridgewater, he was going via the Panthers, right? He was drafted by the Panthers.
Yes. Yes. And then he went to the
'Cause-
Saints. Yeah, yeah, and then they went to the Saints.
hmm.
Correct. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's all I had to add. That Bridgewater, he got the job at Broncos. Good for him. Broncos need to be relevant again.
Yeah, I know. I think so. Um, I think it's gonna be interesting that Broncos team. So I don't know that division's gonna be hard. I mean, you have Patrick Mahomes. You can't really, you know, do anything anything harder than that. But we'll see how Denver kind of pulls out. I think they're gonna pull the whole um, Aaron Rodgers thing. Now watch out, because next year maybe, but I think they might be kind of pulling back, being you know what, maybe this year we might not do as good. We kind of understand that, so I don't know. We'll see how that turns out for them. Um, but
You're hinting that the Broncos would make a play for Aaron Rodgers.
I think so next year. Well, they're trying to this year, but I'm sure something happened where they're like, look, dude, we messed up, our bad, Kyle, what do you need? Like, what do you want? Like, what do you want us to do? You know, and I'm sure he's like, oh well, you guys need to, say you're sorry. Like, oh, okay, we're sorry, or whatever. I don't know. It's NFL drama stuff, but I'm pretty exactly. I'm pretty sure it was somewhere along those lines. And that Rogers was like, you know what, dude, whatever, it's not worth it. Like, I'm gonna lose chingas of money, so I'm just gonna just do it. I'm just gonna stay a year, and then next year I'm out. I'm gonna deuce it. So they're
Yep,
like, all right, cool, whatever, let's do it. Because they still have good talent. I mean, they got Aaron Jones back, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, and they have. I mean, they have what's his face, the receiver,
Adams.
Adams, dude. I actually had him for fantasy a couple times. And I mean, they have a good team. I think they have a good team. Yeah, I mean, he got mad about the whole Jordan Love. I just think I think it's what we call in Spanish a berrinche. So like kind of like what's it
Bruh.
called? Yeah, like when you kind of like a tantrum. It was a tantrum. I think that was a
Uh huh.
tantrum from Rogers. Honestly, we can talk about it all day, but I think it was just a tantrum. Be like, dude, you like, no offense. I understand that you're really important to the team, but you gotta understand that we also gotta take care of ourselves too. Type of stuff. And I don't know. It's like kind of one of those things. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I could see him kind of playing the diva. Um, he sees a little not karma, but a repetition of the past. How he pretty much replaced and usurped the job from Brett Favre. Now he's the guy Love as doing the same to him. Now, most people would say that it was kind of a reach with the first round pick, and they go for a quarterback they might have been able to get with the second pick. He would have probably still been available. So it was a bit of a reach. Uh, so Rogers, he's got reason to be mad, but not reason to be a diva. Uh, so it's a pretty difficult situation they put themselves in. Everyone, I think we had a discussion a few months ago or weeks ago that I mean, you go to Wisconsin. What's there to do in Wisconsin? You go to the Green Bay games, and you go to see Rogers because he puts the butts in the seats, and the guy's got the talent to back it up. You don't keep the talent happy. He's gonna want to go. It very well could have happened. Close to it, I'm sure.
Exactly, Evan.
I mean, I don't know how this guy Love would be as a QB. I don't know how his college career went, but I mean, you could have easily got a different guy later on in the draft, maybe, or the year after. But you put a thorn in Rogers' side. They didn't rub him the right way. So yeah, started a whole bunch of drama. Could have been avoided.
And I think that I think a lot of it was that I don't even think they were trying to maybe, I mean, I guess they were trying to get a QB, of the future or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I think like you said, they did overreach. but I didn't think they. I don't think they thought it was gonna be a big deal. We're like, look, we're just building. This guy's gonna be the future, whatever. Because what happened was, because he wanted the O line. He said, "Hey, dude, I'm getting hit," and we lost. In the conference championship because we didn't have a good O line. I kept getting hit. I kept getting hit. I don't have time. I don't have time to throw. I don't have time to throw. Like, yeah, the receivers are getting open, but like late. Not late. I just don't have time to throw because I'm getting squeezed in. I mean, granted, they're playing um um Patrick Mahomes, right? They play Patrick Mahomes.
Uh,
Oh my god! Now I need to check it. Who they lose to?
Maybe during the regular season, not in the postseason, because Mahomes is in the AFC,
Sorry.
Rodgers
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah, yeah,
NF.
yeah, yeah, yeah. My bad, my bad. Not.
But I think Rodgers is also sour that he was not consulted as to what the needs are for his team.
Oh, the 49ers. They lost to the 49ers. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Yeah, I actually do remember that.
All right.
Yeah, so
Saying
yeah, so my bad, my bad.
Rodgers got banged up against the Niners.
Oh,
Back
he
when the
did.
Niners went all the way.
Yeah, so they lost to the 49ers, right? So I mean, you have Nick Bosa. Now you have I don't even know who they have, but they have a really good defense. They were just hitting. Like they couldn't stop. I mean, let me look at the game. Rogers had 2 picks. He had a couple
Rodgers.
touchdowns though. He had 326, 31 for 39. That's not bad, dude. That's like 75% percentage. Aaron Jones did get a TD and rushed for 56 yards. Um, Devontae Adams, he had like a $1.38. I mean, almost 10 receiving yards. He had 9. Like, dang. The only thing is, the 49ers. Look at Jimmy, dude. Look at Jimmy. Look at Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy.
This is Aaron Rodgers. Last, like, January 19, 2020. So, Aaron Rodgers, uh, 326, 2-2, right? 31 for 37. 31 for 39, right? Boom. They scored 20 points. 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo, 6 for 8. 77 yards. Yes. But they had Mustard running for $2.20, 220 yards. It's like 29 carries. 29 carries. God damn.
If it
Four
works, it works.
four touchdowns, dude. This guy was balling.
Yeah, no answer
Boom.
for him.
So, and then they had did they get a pick? No, they didn't get a pick 6. No. No, they didn't get anything. But yeah, so, the 49ers kind of going back to like the rookie thing. They they don't really need Jimmy. I I don't think I I don't think they need him, at all. Um, but I think they'll keep him because they're gonna want, they're gonna want stuff for him. They're gonna want some cash money. I mean, not actual cash money, but like some good value or whatever. So we'll see.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm just what you're explaining to me is that the 49ers, even with a mediocre Garoppolo, I mean, thanks to the
Oh
running
yeah,
game,
and then they
they were
scored.
able to make some competition for Rodgers
Yeah, so they
that
scored.
year.
So the Packers scored 20 points. 49ers 37.
In a trip to the Super Bowl, in which they lost, but they still went, even with the mediocre Garoppolo.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So it's like one of those where, like, you know, oh, not that it wasn't worth it or whatever, but it's just like it's Rogers, dude. Like it's just Rogers. Like he's just proven. Um, and I don't know. I think they can do it. I think they can actually. They might be able to actually go far this year. But I can see. I understand. Like because they just like, dude, I was getting hit. Y'all didn't do anything. Like they didn't. I mean, they didn't draft anyone. You know.
No,
Not like I mean, not that they're like, oh, I drafted an O line.
it's a
I
symbol. There's a list of needs and there's a list of wants.
yeah, and
They totally didn't look at the needs list and they went to a want list.
yeah, because like exactly, that's exactly it. Like we all want a nice car, nice house, nice, you know, girlfriend or whatever, right? Boyfriend, whatever. Uh,
You
but
want that Xbox Series One.
yeah, and I want the, exactly. I want the newest of the. I want everything. Want. But what do I need? Well, I need to pay rent. I need to eat. You
Yep.
know,
You need
pay
health
my
insurance,
bills.
fool.
Health
Get that video
insurance.
game
Work
later.
out. Go work out so you can stay healthy. Um, but yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Art?
I mean, that was my analogy. There wasn't a need at the moment for a quarterback, but they got it because maybe that's what they wanted. And there was a reach. Rogers felt betrayed because he wasn't consulted about it. Maybe I guess Rogers he wanted to pick his successor to train.
I
You
was
know,
gonna say like I would.
apprenticeship kind
So
of deal.
someone was like, no, only the was it the master can choose his apprentice. They can only be two with a rule of with a Sith. But it's true because like they're like saying how like Rogers, or what's his face, um, Farb, Rogers, and now Rogers is. But honestly, like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, no offense, but what does it matter to you, dude? What does it matter to you? In like 3 or 4 or 5 years, we're not gonna hear Rogers anymore. He's gonna be
Yep.
old. There's only one Tom Brady. I mean, very. I think the only other one that might go to 40 years might be Russell Wilson. That's if he doesn't get hit as much because he's still a little dude. But that's besides the point. But like, what does it matter to you, dude? Was it like your legacy? Like, you still didn't win a Super Bowl. Like, oh, I mean, you won one, whatever. But still, like, oh, people are like, no, bro, he's like the best thrower of the football ever, and I honestly, I think so too. I think he's maybe top five, like all time, honestly. But it's just, I mean, it's just, you know, besides Tom Brady, which he's an outlier, you have to win championships, dude. You have to be able to lead your team. You just do. Like I said, what does a superstar do? It fills in the gaps for what the team has, like the faults. So,
Nice.
so yeah. So I mean, we'll see how we kind of go on a little bit more about that.
Yep.
Um,
We could probably go a whole 2 more hours discussing who is right or wrong and the whole quarterback controversy about Rodgers. But
yeah.
before we go into anything else, it's our favorite time of the day.
There
It
we
is
go.
officially 10 p.m., which means we're officially Mezzo Forte Sportz.
After
After dark.
dark.
Oh my God. That means we're uncut, unrated,
Ooh.
nothing,
Oh
no
no.
nudity. Uh, we're sipping on some nice nightcaps here. I'll go first. A little roundtable. Who's drinking what?
Oh.
My sponsors, Gabby Gold and Thomas Two Guns, if they're out there, see I'm drinking some of their Trulies they left behind on their last visit. The Wild Berry. It's not bad. I mean, Trulies or even any hard seltzers are good pre-game stuff before the beers and the shiners and all that comes around. Danny, are you sipping anything over there in the studio?
Yeah, just to my. I mean, I switched it up now. It is actually gonna be manzanita sol. They are not our sponsor.
Oh,
But if you guys want to be our sponsor, pues
can
dale
we get them?
shine.
Can we get them the sponsors?
For real, I don't mind. Or
It is a
Nirvana.
very, very underrated soda.
It is.
Apple soda. Ooh, you don't know how back in the day Taco
Calmao.
Belenca used to have it. Oh man, it was a shit.
Hell yeah.
That's like Coke. Forget about it. Give me that apple soda. I don't know why more places,
Stuff.
why no more places have it.
Yeah, so for real, even like even the Fanta apple, I mean, it's not as good, but it's not bad.
No, not at all. And we'll go to the guy in the shadows, our crack AV. If you're listening, report to us. What are you drinking? If
Oh, yeah.
anything.
But yeah, it's in chat. So Wasatch Brewery Black O' Lantern Pumpkin Stout. Wow.
Dirty.
I think I got one in my mouth. Damn, Evan.
Pumpkin
That's
stout.
what's up.
Already
course-
gearing up for fall. Huh.
Of course, I was gonna say, yeah. Of course, guys. October is HEB by the can. Nice. Of course, obviously, October coming up. There is a Wars Fest coming up here in Texas. It's actually there in New Braunfels, one of our sister cities, which is like maybe like 10-15 minutes. Well, actually, where my parents, it's like 10-15 minutes. I guess it'd be like maybe 30 minutes away from San Antonio at the most. 45 depending on where you live at. But it is going to be Worst Fest again in October. You guys just check it out. Just Google it. Worst Fest, New Braunfels, spelled Braunfels. And new, how I normally spelled. But it's actually really cool.
Oh.
Check it out, guys. It's so New Braunfels, just so you guys know, is actually a German town. German founded back in the day before America was even America type of stuff. Because Texas is literally that old. And they had a lot of influence and stuff like that they came in, and they do it's like a sausage, cheese, and beer festival. Yeah, beer festival.
Ooh,
And they're
guten
definitely,
Tag, everybody.
yeah, and they have like the Das Boot and all that stuff, dude. The whole thing, it's super cool. Obviously, COVID restrictions, stuff like that, and there's a lot of stuff like that over, depending on what your personal preference is on that stuff. But specifically, it is actually pretty cool. If you guys want to check it out, again, just Google it. Worst Fest. It's WURZ Fest. And just New Braunfels, Texas. Really cool. Check it out. I think Beto was actually talking to me. Or Bad Luck Beto was talking to me about that. So I don't know. We might do an event over there. I'll let you guys know. We'll do like a little 15-20 minute live event, shout out, and stuff like that. But as we continue right into our just our finishing segment, so what do you want to talk about next, Superfan Art?
Well, we'll continue to keep some updates on NFL news as we continue our shows. Maybe we'll have a lot more to say after the weekend, and maybe some more QBs will kind of be put into their starting positions, and just to see any other uh, players being moved or any major headlines. But I think, did you want to continue with some soccer news, some football?
Yeah,
Football?
yeah, definitely. We'll go right into that. No, I don't have it here. But okay, I'm just gonna type it in. So, all right, guys. So we'll go right into our soccer world.
Football.
Nice, Evan. So obviously we are gonna just do a So soccer world. So a couple of news on the soccer world, soccer around the world. It is Messi, as you guys did move residency. So he is actually at Paris. So Messi did arrive in Paris. Yeah, they did actually photograph him. PSG with Paris Saint Germain. He is right next to Neymar. I mean, it's just like it's not fair. So imagine if it's a LeBron Wade, maybe not Bosch type of thing. Maybe instead of Bosch, yeah, maybe KD, yeah, like that. So it's like, okay, like why are we even doing this?
I
Seriously.
compared PSG to like the Brooklyn Nets,
Yeah. I mean, I don't
or
really
not there yet.
not there yet. I think I don't know. I think the Nets are like way well, I don't know. It's because it depends. Like soccer's so much about chemistry.
Yeah.
I just need to see them play first. Whereas the Nets, like sometimes like you can just like they're just winning by talent. Like goddamn. Um, but yeah, it's just a little bit about that. And then let me see. Continue here. I'm checking the rest of my notes. Also, as well, we do have Cristiano Ronaldo. Is he
Ronaldo.
leaving? Dude, he might be leaving
Ooh. Which team is trying to court him?
Italy. So he's getting courted all over the place, of course, just like Messi. You know, why wouldn't you want Cristiano on your team? You know, he's Cristiano Ronaldo. So the team that's actually courting him, that they're already talking about him, it's actually Manchester City.
Manchester City.
Man City, believe it or not, he actually did start. Cristiano Ronaldo did start his career at Man U, Manchester United. Not there particularly, but at least it's a stardom. You know, where he's really picked up into his stardom, Cristiano Ronaldo. Um, and then obviously he went to Real Madrid, where he completely exploded and his stardom, become one of the top athletes in the world.
World
Um,
class.
yeah, he's making money, dude. He's making a lot of money at his point of his career. But yeah, so I think, and then people are like, well, why Matt? But he started with Man U, Manchester United. He's like, well, why wouldn't you go back to Manchester United? Well, Manchester United might not have a chance to play for the Champions League, and
Oh.
Man City does. So why not? I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo is nearing the end of his career. I'm sure he's gonna want to play for another champions. Juventus is not making it. I don't think so. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty interesting. They're saying that they might even try to poach him for PSG, but that'd be too much, dude.
Would it be too long of a long shot to see Messi and Ronaldo in their senior years come to play for MLS here in stateside?
Um, maybe.
Or that's just not even. They already have Chingos of Feria. Why do they
Yeah.
need even
The the
need to
only
continue?
the only one I could maybe both, but I think Messi would play more. Just because the way their style of play, where Cristiano Ronaldo is more of like a not a go getter, but he's not a he's a playmaker too, right? But he's a like a scorer. He's like in basketball, he would be like a bucket getter. Like a scorer, like a shooter. Where Messi is more like your playmaker. Like he's like literally the best playmaker in the world.
Hmm.
Like literally the dictionary definition of what a playmaker in soccer is what he is. So playmaker is what they is. It's like when everything gets stale and you can't push the defense and the offense or the mid. It's just like, dude, there's nowhere to go. It's just getting stale. Kind of like in basketball, they push. Like LeBron James doesn't really play make anymore, but he kind of does it. But you know how like Rajon Rondo was like, getting in or whatever, or like say we'll talk like um the Warriors, I guess. No, not the Warriors. We'll do Nets, right? It's because the Nets have like okay, no, we'll talk the Bucks. Say the Bucks, right? So
Okay.
the playmaker was Drew Holiday. He wasn't. You know, he was going in, he was assisting, he was like grabbing, CP3. In that case, like for the Suns, the playmaker in this case was CP3. He wasn't scoring, but he was playmaking. Because of him, he was opening up the field and he was starting, stuff like that. So Messi is the ultimate playmaker ever. So if you have like a dude, if you have like you can throw 11 dudes at him and he'll still score. He'll find a way to score. Yeah, dude, he's like that. Like straight up. Like in his most ultimate, yeah, that's why they call him the magician. Cause you're like, what? How do you even do that? So like, um, I can see him playing in MLS. I think he would make he wouldn't necessarily make money. I think he would like as popular as he is now. Like imagine him in LA or like Miami, dude. He would like. I don't even think he would be able to live there. Like honestly, he'd be that like famous. Um, but I don't think and I think Cristiano Ronaldo would play in the MLS, but I don't think he would like to live here. Cause he said he didn't want he wouldn't want to live in the United States.
Understandable. And
Yeah,
the
you know.
beautiful locations out there all over Western Europe. Like he's been in Italy, one of the most beautiful places in the whole world. You trade that for like smog hills.
Or go in Ohio, go to Ohio or shit, and get a house in Ohio or something. Or
Yeah, nope, nope. He doesn't need it. He's one of the highest paid athletes in the world, not just in a sport. I mean, there's no reason to go MLS unless he really wants to continue playing. That's all I could see him. It's just love of the game. But
yeah,
he's
like
paid.
going like past his 40s, like maybe but that's the thing. Like most less, like less. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I think it just depends for Messi because now he's thinking about because he wants to win a World Cup. Like that's what he wants to do. He almost did. He didn't, but he almost did. Um, I think he can. It's just he just needs to do it. You know, I think it's just he says he's not gonna do the World Cup. He does have kids. He has I think he has two kids, 2 or 3 kids. Dude, he trains them like all badass. Like he's like, hey, mira, mira. And they're like, oh, okay. I'm like, dang, dude, this guy's like better like
His
touch than
kids,
like,
his kids could play in the MLS already.
yeah, they're already playing. They already got contracts. No, but yeah. So I don't know. You know, maybe you know if they kids, if or maybe that's another one. You know, his kids. If he wants him to grow in the United States, which, like you said, maybe somewhere else would be a little bit better.
He could send those kids to the best private or boarding schools in the world.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll figure that out. But yeah, so we'll do that. And just the last one is Mbappe. We were talking about it earlier. Mbappe, as you guys know, he is a World Cup winner. He's played with France. He's the guy that scored. I think he was like 17 or 19. I'm sorry, 18 or 19. When he was there, he's the one that has that little pose that goes like that. From Fortnite or whatever. Yeah, so they actually they end up adding it on FIFA or whatever. But he is actually being he wants to leave. So he's actually with Messi.
Oh,
Yeah, and Neymar. So there's a lot of yeah, there's a lot of big names there. You know what I mean?
any particular reason why he wants to leave?
I don't know, but he's like I don't want to be here anymore.
Hmm.
So I mean he's getting paid. One of the reasons, and like they say or whatever, because in France, unfortunately, they're still a little like racist, if you will.
Okay.
And lately, well, a lot of some of the games that, especially in League One, which is a French league, sometimes they have to stop them. Or when they play like Champions League people, like I remember they played in an Italian team, and they're like throwing him like, just saying stuff and just throwing him stuff, and
The
then
fans were pretty
they were
unruly.
yeah, they were pretty rude, like really rude. Where like the other team, like the home team, was like, "Nah, dude, like we're not even gonna play. Like
You're
that's
we're being embarrassed by our own fans.
yeah." I
Yeah.
remember that, and they after that they suspended like they fined them. I don't know what they did, but now, well, like even then, they say like we're not really respected, even though we're like French and we won the World Cup or whatever. They don't really respect us. So I don't know if it has a lot to do with that or whatever, but I mean, I think there's a lot of big names in that locker room right now. I can see him as to why, but like, dude, like I'm not gonna do anything here. You know, we didn't win the champions. Um, you know, I'm out. You know, you guys just got Messi. Obviously, I'm not part of your like your equation or whatever, which I'm sure he is. But you know what I mean? Like you have Neymar, Messi, Mbappe. So it's kind of like like I don't know. I think it's gonna be it should be pretty interesting. With that, just like obviously the soccer fans, the big one and is that he does want to go to Real Madrid. So Real Madrid did actually place a bid for him for 200 million euros, um, for Mbappe. Yeah, they actually sent a for a initial offer. I don't know what it was, but it was rejected. And then so the second one it was leaked, so it's 200 million euros for Mbappe. So what happens? So you know kind of how it works, right? For soccer or no?
Enlighten me, please.
Yeah. So for soccer, so it's like kind of like the rights, right? Like the not the rights, but kind of. So I own the rights, your rights as a player, but you can either lease them off, like rent them off of me. Like, hey, dude, I want to borrow you for one season. Uh, so the team, like, so you're PSG, right? And I'm Real Madrid. So PSG's so Real Madrid's like, dude, I'm missing a couple defenders. Like they're kind of hurt. Do you have any left? And you're like, yeah, dude, I got some people. We'll rent them out for like half a season. Está bueno. Just pay them, but we'll charge you 50,000 or whatever. Like, all right, cool. So he pays the in this case, Real Madrid pays PSG 50,000. All right, cool, and then negotiates with the player. All right, bro, how much are they paying you? No, but they're paying me this much or whatever. Cool. So they pay him ponle like another 100,000. So Real Madrid just dished 150,000, 50,000 just to even talk to this motherfucker, and um, then you have to negotiate with him. So the way this works, so like they're trying to get Mbappe, right? So Mbappe wants out. And he's like, hey, I want to talk to other teams, but you can't talk to other teams unless you pay to a bid. Yeah, the
This,
pay essentially pay for the rights, not to talk to him, but pay for the rights to, give him a contract or whatever.
wow.
Yeah, so you know how like they're saying like, oh, Messi costs this much, and then all this crazy stuff, all this record money for contract or whatever. Dude, that doesn't go to the player. That
Nope.
goes to the team. Then the player negotiates his own contract, be like, all right, well, I'm actually gonna this year, we'll pay you, because they pay similar to like Patrick Mahomes money, like 45, 40 a year, 40 euros a year or whatever, like as their salary, which is a lot of money anyway. But but those 200 million, because I mean, ponle they pay Messi like, well, ponle 40, 50,000, 50 million a year. That's too much, but whatever. Only 50 million. So they have to pay, or I'm sorry, to Mbappe or whatever, right? Because they
Yeah.
want him, right? They want to pay him 50 million a year. Well, they have to pay 200 million just to even talk to him, and then they dish out 50 million to sign him, or as their contract. Dude, they already dished out 250 million just for one dude.
That makes sense. But I guess that's how things are. That's how they do it.
That's how they do it. I mean, and so now the first initial offer, they rejected it. They're like, Real Madrid has said, hey, we'll send you this money, whatever, and then PSG is like, nah, bro, nah, give me more. So PSG or Real Madrid is like, all right, cool. We'll pay you 200 million, and they're like, well, PSG hasn't said anything. Dude, that's a lot of money, dude. God, girl.
Yep. They. I mean, that's it. We know the magnitude of all this money can
I mean,
fucking
yeah,
save countries with that kind of money. You're going to one organization, one man for one man. What's one man's life worth to you, Daddy?
Seriously, dude, like it almost kind of feels that way. Like
Damn, it's too much money.
it is a lot of money.
It's a disgustingly amount of
Dude,
money.
it's 200, dude. There's there's basketball players. Well, like, because football players earn money, but basketball players make more money, right? Baseball players,
You
I
know,
think, make a little bit more, or basketball players have more potential to make more money. Dude, there's basketball players that don't make 200 million. You
nope.
know, like even with with their endorsements and their businesses and stuff like that, like god damn, that's a lot of money. But you know, that's that. But all right, well that's gonna be it's gonna be it for the soccer world in there. I don't know if you wanna start. We can definitely start wrapping it up. What do you think, Superfan Art?
No, I will definitely see if any new developments happen with Mbappe. If somebody's willing to break the bank to get him, uh, and also the Ronaldo sweepstakes. Who's gonna get him in the end of his prime years?
I know
Uh,
that's gonna
you
be
keep us
interesting,
updated
dude.
on that, man.
That's gonna be interesting, dude.
Yeah, you keep us updated on that, buddy.
Yeah, of
The
course.
only thing I left to conclude this episode with is just a quick Austin FC news. Uh, Believe it or not, Austin FC, they're considered one of the lowest scoring teams currently,
Oh
but
no.
they were able to score 3 goals
Nice.
against the Portland Timbers this past Saturday. Uh, they pretty much scored all three within the first 29 minutes of the game, which is, I mean, pretty damn impressive. So either Austin did something right, or the Timbers were just having a very slump-like game. Some of the goals coming from our own players. Cecilio Dominguez, he scored in a penalty in the 11th minute. Diego Fagundes scored in the 14th minute, and Sebastian Drouzi scored in 29. Uh, the Timbers did manage to score one. I forgot who scored it for them. Who cares? The W is a W. Uh, Now, next up, they're going to play host to Dallas FC this Sunday evening. So, hopefully, any of y'all are local fans out there in the Austin Round Rock. If you wanted to tailgate to show your support, by all means, support our squad, Austin FC. And that's all I had to do to wrap up this evening's local soccer news here stateside.
Nice, nice, and of course, well, we didn't get a chance to go this year, but I think maybe next year, maybe I don't know if depending on, if they get into the playoffs. I don't think so, but we'll see how that works out. But we'll definitely be. We need to check out a Austin FC game very very soon. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so definitely thank you so much, Superfan Art, for that update. So we are actually gonna start wrapping it up, my friends. So we're gonna just kind of go, ra- concluding on what we did for you guys, what we talked to you guys about. We talked a little NFL, some little NBA news. And really, the big one was, we did talk about, the preseason for the NFL, how it's gonna start. We are gonna do fantasy football, so you guys be aware of that. We're gonna probably gonna do a draft. I want to say by in the next coming up weeks, since the obviously the season's about to start anyway. So we need to start working on. We'll start working on that. You guys, I'll let you know. We might do a live draft. We might not. We might do a mock live draft, meaning that like we already know what we chose. We're just kind of choose it. But we'll figure it out. I have to do my besides your host and one of the producers here. I am also commissioner, so I definitely want to do that because that's gonna be fun. And we're actually gonna do a couple challenges in the weeks, in which you guys get to choose the bench, the starter lines and stuff like that. So it's gonna be pretty cool. We'll figure that out. Let you guys know about that. But start wrapping it up. Take me out. Alright, guys. So that's it for this week's episode. Hope y'all can chill with us next time. Yeah, you guys follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. Check out our podcast coming soon on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, iHeartRadio. I want to thank all of our sponsors, studio music and graphics provided by Studio 13th Day, Your Media Music and Art. So this is Danny BMD signing off. Later to all. I want to give a shout out to Crack AV for our music today. Bring it home, Art.
Thank you, Dan. The lesson of the day is sometimes with NFL QBs, you got to take a chance. Teddy Bridgewater's the guy for Denver, but do the 49ers still know about Trey Lance? Remember, sports are great, but need nothing without y'all, the fans. This is episode number 59. Until next time, folks, be cool, stay safe, and keep on listening to Mezzo Forte Sportz.
Honestly, dude, we should just run ESPN. Like, just the three of us. Like, just Evan would be like, oh, how many interns you need? Hombre, just me, dude, gotta shine.
Give me 15 guys from Full Sail University. We could run the whole show for a week on limited staff.
Alright. Yeah.